Welcome! Card just popped out. I didn't announce the sign yet, but let's see what that is. Jack of Hearts. Anyway, we'll see if that's in your reading today. How are you doing? This is Tarot to a T. And if this is your first time joining me, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for checking me out. Hopefully you'll walk away with something and you'll want to come back. And if you are returning and you're one of my wonderful subscribers, thank you very much. You are most appreciated. I wish I could throw a party or a dinner event for all of you. Maybe one day it'll happen. Who knows? If I'm big enough and I can travel around, 'cause I'm sure you're not in my area. Who knows? Maybe that'll happen. I know some really big tarot card readers on YouTube can do that. They kind of travel around because they have the freedom to do that. I hope to one day. If not from this, from some other endeavor, money-making endeavor, freedom-buying endeavor. So this is going to be a mid-June reading for the sign of Leo. And excuse my candle over here, it just went out. But I'm not going to bother to get another one out. It just is at the end. I don't think it means anything. Don't see it as a sign. Okay. Actually, I forgot to change it out. It's just a tea candle and they don't really last that long. So we're going to deal up a situation you're dealing with, Leo. We got 2 cards on the first one. Yowza. Yeah. Then we'll look at the complications in that situation. Actually, it tells me more probably than you. I have a feeling. Then we'll do some cards of advice. That's what it's all for, right? We'll just put dead candle over here to the side. That'll remind me to refill that. Okay. Let's see what we got going for Leo. Mid-June. We got 2 cards that come out on this first position. 8 of Spades, 2 of Diamonds, interesting. 7 of Hearts. 3 of Diamonds. So you get something going on with your finances because the diamonds are like your pentacles in your traditional tarot. Whatever it is, though, you're having issues around work. This can mean that you're overworking, but it can mean that you're having challenges with work. You know, so that could be anything under the sun. You could be having issues with the job itself or somebody who's there that you have to work with, a boss, a co-worker. But there's some kind of stress and effects on your health that are not favorable. This is actually the card that kind of tells you you need to kind of reduce the stress level somehow. This 2 of Diamonds in conjunction with this 8 of Spades kind of makes sense because this is about balance and harmony, probably around your money. So perhaps you're hanging on to a job because you need the paycheck, because it pays well, take it how it fits. In any case, you need to keep working. This is not something you can just walk away from. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. The 7 of Hearts is very much how you feel about this situation. This is the card of experience. And what you're experiencing is a little bit of... I shouldn't put it that way. It's not a little bit. It's actually a sizable amount of disappointment and letdown. Some unfortunate changes occurred. I'm going to say it's around your money or the work situation or both. And this 3 of Diamonds, again, talks about finances, but it talks about third party. Like there could be a third person or a third element. If it's around money matters, I don't know. I guess a third person could be involved if you're in a relationship and the finances are affecting both of you. It also could be that there's just like a third element that's affecting your finances, if that makes sense. In any case, this is an indication that there's some confusion around money. Um, in the realm of communication, so again, this problem you're having here could be communication with somebody at work. And I think you really wanted this to work out because, not to concentrate too much on the Seven of Hearts, this is kind of the broken heart. This is the disappointment and the letdown. That's the download I'm getting at the moment. Like, you really wanted this work situation to pan out. However, it's working out is not what you really wanted. And it's affecting you on a deep level, not just your pocketbook. Three of Clubs. Yeah, we have the partnership, third person or third element involved. But this is about fight and struggle. I think we kind of already laid down, that's what's going on here. There could be some kind of decision actually involved, because it's also the card of some indecision. But to me, that's also trouble when you are stuck on a decision. It could mean trouble. Or perhaps you're not knowing what to do to get out of the trouble. Nine of Clubs. Something is definitely completed, though. That could be a good sign. So if you were stuck in a work situation, I think it's coming to an end here. This is actually the card of sorry, I whistled. Achievement is what I meant to say. You've been making plans probably to get away from this situation, and the hard work is paying off, and you're getting you've made some kind of progress is what I'm trying to say. If you're not leaving the job, this could also be a raise or promotion. So something positive is coming out of this strife. But the good news is you've managed to keep your finances balanced, which I know from my own personal experience, when you're not having fun at work, it's hard to, see the big picture sometimes, because the emotional or physical strain is just too much. And you feel like you gotta let one of them go, and unfortunately, if you let the finances go, it can affect you, badly that way. But it looks like you are keeping it in check, or balance. Check and balance. Let's look at the complications. Six of clubs. I always want to call it spades. Six of clubs. Very different card than the six of spades. Ten of hearts. Nice. And the king of diamonds. This is actually very good. This is about taking control of your finances. In the realm of complications, it could mean that you don't feel like you have control of your finances. It's very, very likely. Or that you need to take control of your finances. This is a general reading, so interpretations can come out in different ways just depending on the angle you look at them, so that's why I kind of put those out there. But I am picking up that it could be any of those situations. Sometimes I feel very strongly about one way or another. In this particular instance, it's either you've lost control, you need to take control, or you are taking control. Probably not taking control, because it's, I'll take that back, because you do have this two of diamonds here. To me, personally, that would mean you were taking control. You're keeping it in balance. The Ten of Hearts is a major cycle that's ended. So whatever is going on at this job, in this career realm, I think it's come to an end. If there was a cycle to be completed. Now, cycles have to do with personal growth. So there was something you needed to learn out of this situation, not necessarily professionally either, personal growth. In any case, this is, strangely enough, and this is supposed to be the complication, this is the card of celebrating and good news. Again, this is mid-June, so if this hasn't happened already, it's very possible you're going to receive some good news, and that's going to put an end. That's how I'm interpreting this. It's going to put an end to whatever's going on down here with overwork, having challenges, being severely let down. Six of Clubs is very interesting. This is the road ahead. The sixes do indicate that you've got new opportunities and doorways opening, which would make actually a lot of sense. If you were like looking to get a promotion or to leave this, and I do think this is a job situation, if I haven't already stated that, you would certainly be looking for new opportunities, right? So it obviously would open up doors because you're in the act of looking. It opens these things up. Just by looking, you see more. It's a good sign, though. Again, this is the card of having higher pursuits, and to me, higher pursuits means that you're growing in some way. I see that in this complication line as representing, you know, you're worth more. If you're being overworked or not appreciated or you're not being put in the right role. I saw another Leo reading today, actually, from another reader that talked about this. If you're just not being utilized and you've been asking to be moved up in this role, yeah, you're going to move on, right? That's only natural. If you're not living your potential, and I think that's very possible, that's what this Six of Clubs is saying, that you're not just being utilized, but you're not living your potential, personally. You deserve more, and you know that, probably. Maybe you felt kind of stuck down here, not knowing how to get out of it. Let's look for some more answers here, though. Four of Spades. Okay, so definitely your stability is at stake, or you feel like it is. This is the card of security and stability, and getting some kind of stress, again, the card of needing stress relief. But in this position, you actually are in the process of that. That's very interesting. That these cards to me are all very positive, and this is the complication. I would tend to think that, like I said, I think all of this is going to come up and change this storyline here that you've been on. I mean, it's possible that it's saying that you need stress relief, but honestly, that was more down here with this Eight of Spades. This is the card of being satisfied, open doors, a completion, taking control. I think that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a job change coming up. And I guess in the larger scheme of things, you could see that as, oh yeah, that's the complicating factor. You need to change jobs, and that's a pain in the butt, right? Once you get established somewhere, look, you got another four, and this one is about your finances. Again, your security and your finances are involved in this. This is actually the card of windfall. Maybe you're going to get a higher paying position. Maybe if you get a promotion where you are, you're going to have more money coming at you. It does warn you to be careful with overspending, though. Don't overspend. Be careful with that. Maintain your stability and your security. I'm going to go ahead and look at your cards of advice, Leo. Ten of Clubs, that's nice. It's one of my favorite cards. Five of Diamonds, changes in finances. And the Nine of Spades. Let's talk about Nine of Spades. So, in the realm of advice, this is kind of the card it ends on, and this is the card of disappointment, loss, dissatisfaction. When I see it in the line of advice, I tend to see it as it's asking you to cut your losses. Because we specifically ask for advice in this line of that I lay out. There definitely was this, whatever situation this was definitely a major, big, just low point in your life. It was a big disappointment. You didn't expect it to turn out this way, and I think it's asking you to let go of that. Again, this 5 of diamonds talks about changes happening in your finances as a result of a due course and other changes happening. The domino effect, in other words. Specifically, it does talk about exchange, like a job change. Did I mention a job change? I think I mentioned a job change. Well, this is screaming job change. Or some kind of settlement, other way. Like, maybe you can compromise with your present employment situation and reach a negotiation where you actually do get a settlement. In other words, a pay raise or a change in your position that puts you in a better position, like a promotion. That's what I meant to say. 10 of clubs. This is definitely wrapped up a major cycle in your life, which means you probably learned something very important. If you're not sure of what all that is, it's going to become clear to you, probably in retrospect. This is generally the card of good news, though. So the good news is it's wrapping up. It's also the card of travel, but travel for good reasons. I think this is screaming job change. To me, that would be the good news in the travel, based on everything we saw here. I also like to mention this could be traveling from one mental or emotional space to another. Like, you're moving from this point or this space of discontentment and disappointment, remember, 7 of Hearts, into this better space. Good news, relief, whew, it's over. You get to move on. You get to pass go. You get to collect $500. It's not Monopoly, but you know, it kind of sounds like you're on your way. You could look at it that way, a very lighthearted way. You're about to pass go. And you do get to collect $200. I think it's $200. You do get to collect $200 because you're financially doing okay here. Whatever it turns out to be. 7 of diamonds. Yes, see, here we are again, your experience and how you're feeling about these things. But the 7 does talk about finances. This 7 is about gambling, though, and taking risks. Because you had this warning here with the 4 diamonds about overspending, I think it's saying this bump up. You're going to get a bump up in your finances. Some way or another. Be careful of overspending. Just be careful with excess. Don't take unnecessary risks. Let's get another card for Leo before we wrap it up. All in all, it's pretty good. You're coming out of icky blah situation here, and it's looking really good. I think you're going to get what you want. King of Spades. Quite different. Again, these kings, I look at them as like being able to take control. It can represent a person, though. This could be like your new boss or your new employer. It could represent an authority figure in that sense. They represent leadership. It is male energy, so, you know, take it how it fits. It doesn't have to be a male, but if you think about a big like company or corporation, yeah, it probably is more of a male dominating force rather than a tender female force. It does tend to point, how do I say this? Because this is about business and legal and leadership and all that, I don't know how this would fit. That's why I keep hesitating. But it does represent a problem with a relationship. Well, this person or this energy, this entity, can cause a problem in a relationship. Let's put it that way. Like being the instigator, or because of their action or decisions, it causes a problem. I don't know. I mean, maybe your present employer is going to be upset because this other force is coming in and giving you a job offer. Maybe it's something, as benign as that, which it's like, who gives a crap what they feel, how they feel about it. It's like, if it makes you happy and it puts you in a better position, then you need to go for it. This could also be you. We could look at it that way, that you're taking control of your destiny here, and you are causing a problem. You're causing a rift because you're probably getting ready to put in your 2 weeks notice. And they'll probably say, oh, we're so sorry you're leaving. Why are you leaving? I mean, you might get asked, you may not. Sometimes they don't want to know. But if they ask, then you're going to tell them. And whatever's been going on down here, I'm not saying you're going to let loose. But I think you're going to say in so many words, look, I was very unhappy here because... and I've been looking for the right position to move out of here because. You see my point? And that is very much taking control, but also kind of creating a problem, because maybe your present employer doesn't expect you to do this. Maybe this is a move they weren't expecting from you because they weren't paying attention. Happens all the time. It's really not surprising. You'd think they would have learned with the Great Resignation that happened in 2020 when people were leaving their jobs and saying, forget you, I can do something on my own. They still treat employees like, I don't know, not humans. I mean, there's all kinds of words you could use. Robots, commodities. They treat you like a pawn. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. How many times have we heard, oh no, business needs above personal needs? Well, you're a person first and foremost. Okay? And so if the person is not being taken care of, forget the business needs. That's my personal opinion on that. I mean, you can say business needs, but what happens is you lose good employees. You lose people that would have stayed longer and wouldn't have caused a much of a disruption. Hey, disruption. King of Spades, disruption. I think that's you, Leo. Just a little bit of a thing, if you've ever read about how much it costs a company to hire and fire people. Well, not fire, but to hire and then have people leave. It's estimated on the corporate scale or large company scale, it costs $100,000 on average to hire somebody, and then if they turn around and leave in a couple months, to let them go. Because if you think about the benefits, all of the paperwork, the man hours that go into getting their badge made and the time clock working, and it costs a company $100,000, so it's really stupid for any company. I don't care what the company is or what they do, to not treat people well enough to make them want to stay. Now, sometimes a job or, it just isn't a good fit. That's a different situation. That can't be, there's not a lot of control you have over that. But anyway, enough of my rant. Hope that helped, Leo. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see the next video, it might be a continuation. You never know. Go ahead and subscribe and hit notifications, okay? See you again soon. Take care.